Welcome everyone to another episode of the Camper Report, and today I'm going to be bringing you some breaking news and just a few general other things about maybe college football that I'll start doing a lot more later on in the week and just all college football season. So the breaking news today is, well, not today. Yesterday there was breaking news. 49ers signed Josh Norman. And, I mean, this isn't a big deal, but this kind of, for 49ers fans this is, and for people that know Josh Norman and kind of, I mean, a lot of people, if you're a football fan, would know Josh Norman. So, quick backstory behind him, got drafted by the Carolina Panthers, actually played for Coastal Carolina, got drafted by the Panthers, is 33 years old, so is about Richard Sherman's age, but played for the Bills, the Panthers. He had his best seasons in 2015 when the Panthers made the Super Bowl, was one of the better, was a very good corner. I remember top 100 2016, he was 11th in the top 100, so played for the Bills last year, wasn't great for the Bills, so he really had his best seasons 5 or 6 years ago, but basically, I'm going to quickly break down the pros and cons. Got signed by the Niners yesterday. Again, this guy is old, you know. I wouldn't say him and Richard Sherman are basically, again, Richard Sherman is not, Richard Sherman basically is at the point of, like, the 49ers, the reason why they didn't sign him back to the roster is because Richard Sherman is having allegations against him and just not great stuff. Court cases and stuff, not great stuff against him. But basically, him and Josh Norman's about at the same point of his career as Richard Sherman is, where he's 33, he's old, his best seasons are long ago, and so basically what he can give you is a solid corner who he's not fast anymore, isn't going to lock down guys, but still is a pretty good man-to-man corner. I think definitely fits the Niners system a lot better than Richard Sherman did, for example, because of just a few of the things that he's better at a few of the things than Richard Sherman was better at. But the thing is, so again, played for the Redskins, decent, but best seasons with the Panthers. So pros and cons of the Niners getting him. I would say the pros are you get depth, basically. And again, there was a story, and there's still a story coming out of camp that Emmanuel Moseley is injured, but we don't know how bad the injury is. So there's one thing, is Emmanuel Moseley could be, this Emmanuel Moseley, which is the 49ers number 2 corner behind Jason Verrett, starting on the opposite side. Emmanuel Moseley could be injured worse than we think he is, so the 49ers are less desperate. Or it could just be to add depth. Again, Emmanuel Moseley, the 49ers, this was a main pressing issue that the 49ers had. This was the main holes that they had on the team for this season. Because, again, you have Emmanuel Moseley and Jason Verrett. Jason Verrett put up a great season last year. Emmanuel Moseley, solid corner. But behind him, you've got 2 rookies, Demonjour Lenoir. Harris. You've got, but he's not very good. Demonjour Lenoir has shown flashes, so whatever. But you don't have great depth. You really have Jason Verrett, top 10 corner, and a solid corner in Emmanuel Moseley. So you don't have very many good corners on the roster. So basically, bottom line, the 49ers needed depth before this. One reason is Emmanuel Moseley injury is not as bad, they're sugarcoating it and it's worse than we think it is, or they're just not confident in their rookies. Again, not a deep room at all. So it could either be a depth piece or it could be a legit piece to where the Niners need him badly, and so that's why it could be a legit piece, but maybe not. It could just be a depth player. But overall, solid corner, good depth person. Will he start over Emmanuel Moseley? Maybe sometime during the season he starts, but I don't see it right now because, again, they signed him exactly a week away from game time, so he doesn't really have time to learn the system, even though corners don't have to learn that. Like, that's probably one of the easiest jobs, but not really, honestly. You still have to learn the system, doesn't have a lot of time. So if Emmanuel Moseley is going to play week 1, again, he had an injury in camp, then yes, probably start Emmanuel Moseley week 1. But again, like I said, this injury could be more serious to Emmanuel Moseley than we think it is, and that's maybe why they brought him in, because of desperation, and they're not confident in their rookies. So it could be that they're bringing him in to be a starter. Otherwise, I think Josh Norman is a solid man-to-man guy, a guy that is in the point of his career where not really good anymore, kind of. Not, he probably wouldn't have gone, the fact saying that nobody had picked him up yet is kind of saying that, he's in the point of his career where he's solid, but not really that great. Again, he's okay. Definitely, he could be a good player to lock down guys like AJ Green. He's a big player. Again, a lot of the Niners cornerbacks are man-to-man short guys, like Jason Verrett's like 5'10". This guy is 6'1", 6'2", so he's a taller guy, and that's very important because you need taller man-to-man guys like like Josh Norman, because he is so important, because he can lock down guys like AJ Green, and that was the scariest thing, and guys like Larry Fitzgerald, because that was the scariest thing, is that guys like Larry Fitzgerald, AJ Green, all of those guys are really hard to lock down, but they're bigger bodies, and so they're fast and they're big. So that's one thing. He might be important. Now, can he guard a fast guy like DK Metcalf man-to-man? No. DK Metcalf is a freak of nature. But he is a big body that is pretty good at man-to-man, solid guy. I've said it over and over again. Good depth piece. Just really, I think this was actually a pretty solid move for the Niners. But I wouldn't expect him to start week 1 unless the Emmanuel Moseley injury is worse than we think. But yeah, that's what I gotta say on that. This is not a whole lot to me, but the thing is, again, Josh Norman used to be a big name, so not nothing. It's not nothing for sure. There's a few pros and cons of this. Again, I named all the pros. Can guard man-to-man, great depth piece, used to be really good. Cons, basically, he's very old, and, he doesn't have a lot left gas in the tank. At this point in his career, he's a role player. But, again, if you need him right now for this season, for the Lions, for the Eagles, yeah, he's great. He's a solid corner. At this point of his career, is he better than Emmanuel Moseley? Maybe, but we'll see. Probably better in man-to-man. So, that's what I gotta say. Quick announcement. A lot more college football on the way to go. I think I'll probably be doing a lot more college football. So stay tuned this week or next week. We'll be doing college football. But I'll see you guys later. Shows are coming, guys. Peace out.